guys, this is Tarot with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and today I'm doing a VR to Dead Cheeky, who, if you don't know who she is, she's so funny. I love her channel. Like, she totally just cracks me up. I love her attitude. I love her her southern drawl. I love it all. She created a tarot spread called Practical Magic, and it's based off of the movie with Nicole Kidman and Sandra Bullock, and that movie was actually based off of a book. But anyway, so she has these 10 questions that are based off of some of the characters and some of pertinent like things or themes or motifs like in the movie. So anyway, let's just jump right into it. I decided to go ahead and pull the 10 cards for those 10 questions. However, I have not looked at the cards yet, so I will be able to kind of gauge all of that here live on YouTube. Well, as live as it gets on this video. Question number 1 is for the character Sally. So what is my greatest strength or my greatest power? So let's go ahead and take a look at that card. All right, so I got the Queen of Swords. Oh, and I must mention that I am using the light gray tarot. So it's 78 different artists for the 78 cards. Okay, so I happen to love this Queen of Swords, by the way. She's awesome. So my greatest power is that I'm really good at figuring things out. Whenever I've been in a bind or I'm in a situation that seems like bleak, I'm really good at I don't want to say I'm good at being down in my darkest place, but whenever I'm like really down, like life has really just like kicked me in the face and the ass, and I'm really down, is when I become really creative and really powerful in like, okay, let's get out of this. Or when somebody else is down, I'm really good at figuring out a way to get them out of it. So I'm pretty inventive in that way. I've always found a way to stay afloat. I've always found a way out. You know, I've never been down and out for long. So I would say that that is my greatest power, my greatest strength. Pretty cool. I mean, like, hey. Number 2 is for the character Jillian. What do people find charming about me? Okay, so let's look. Okay, so this is the 6 of Pentacles. So you hear, you see like the lady kind of handing an apple to the little boy. So what people find charming about me, this is kind of weird because it's like, you know, I'm kind of a modest person, so it's like I feel like I'm like boasting about myself, but people do say that I'm really giving, that I'm very charitable, and I do like that. That's something that actually brings me joy. Is I love, especially around like Christmas time or my friends' kids' birthdays, like my favorite thing to do is to go buy other people gifts. Like, I can't wait for people to open their gifts that I have bought them. I'm like, open it, because I love to see the joy on their faces, or like, I could use this. Like, I like giving. I like, there are several people that I have kind of anonymously given them money where they didn't know it was coming from me, because I don't want them to be like, oh no, you know. So I just, you know, when I know people are in need of cash and they're really down on their luck, like my favorite thing to do is like send like anonymous, like, you know, cashier's checks. That way, you know, it's not coming from me. But that's just like, I don't know. I like doing that stuff. And I think if like I ever won the lottery, I would just be like buying people's gifts like all day long. So yes, that's I guess what people find awesome about me. Question number 3 is for the character Francis. What's the most fun thing about me? Okay, let's take a look. The most fun thing about me, and I like this little guy, it's the 6 of Wands, by the way, is that I'm able to find happiness no matter what's going on. Like I tend to have a you know, glasses half full type perspective. I mean, I don't walk around with rose-colored sunglasses all the time, but I do own a pair of actual rose-colored sunglasses. But you know, I just don't see the reason for being pissed off all the time or allowing other people to piss me off. I mean, that doesn't mean that I don't get pissed off. Like, I'm a person, like, I have feelings. But I just, I'll probably be upset, but I won't wallow for a long time because I'm like, I'm like missing out on stuff. Nobody wants to hang out with me because I'm all pissy. And then that person that upset me now has like power. Well, I see it as like having power over me. Like, you are making me upset. And like, no, like, people do not have that control over me. So I tend to be pretty optimistic and pretty positive about all the things that happen, no matter what. I mean, when I got laid off from teaching, what was it, like 5 years ago? To me, that was the best thing that ever happened for me, because the school I was working at the time like was a nightmare. It wasn't the kids, but it was like staff and stuff, and it was horrible. And so when I got laid off, it was like, yes. And then I quickly got on my feet and I was like, okay, where am I going to make money? How am I going to, pay my bills and things like that? And then, magically just another teaching job appeared, and like, they just kind of brought me in, and I wasn't down and out. I was down and out for like a few months, and that was it. So yeah, I'm always able to see the bright side. Always seeing a victory. Question number 4 is Jet. So the character Jet. So what is my softness, or what is my most gentle quality? So what's the gentle quality about me? Let's take a look. Interesting. Got the Hierophant. And you see, like, he got the many faces. He's got like the Pope hat. He's got a lotus leaf down in here, and he has like the staff with the Taurus symbol. He's got Libra back there. Okay, so my most gentle quality is that since I have an understanding of so many different types of other people's beliefs, I'm able to be a little bit more, I would say, understanding of other people. I can see more where other people are coming from. I hang around people of all different types of religions, and this one I'm kind of seeing as, kind of a religious perspective. I've hung around atheists, I hang around pagans, I hang around Buddhists, I hang around Christians, I hang around like hardcore Catholics, I hang around Protestants, and people who don't claim anything, but they just claim to be spiritual. Like, I have so many different people, and I've learned so much about so many different paths, and paths that don't even have a name for them, that I tend to be a little bit more tolerant and a little bit more understanding of people's points of view. Of course, I never tolerate like intolerance, when people are putting down other people solely for what they believe in. But when somebody's coming at me from like, oh, well, this is what I believe, it's like, oh yeah, well, I understand where you're coming from. Like, maybe it's not my belief, but I respect you for what you believe in. So yeah, that's, I guess, my gentle quality. Question number 5 is for the character Michael. Something that I have learned from loss, or can learn from loss, but I've had a lot of loss, so it's probably like learned from loss. Okay. Okay, so here we have the 4 of Pentacles. And she's got kind of like a weird Joker face going on. But right away, what I was getting for loss, what I have learned to take really good care of myself. If there's anything I've learned from all the people who've passed away in my life, it's just, a quality of life as you get older. It doesn't matter how old you get, it doesn't matter if I live to be like 100 years old, but it does matter like how physically I am when I'm 100 years old. Am I like laying like a vegetable on a bed with like a breathing tube, and my quality of life is like shit? Like, for me, that would be death, where I can't communicate with other people if I have a machine breathing for me. If I've seen that actually with my own family members, and it tore me up inside to see them that way. And it's like they were vacant. It's like they weren't there, and I don't want to be not there. I am so scared of not having my faculties, of not being there. So for me, I'm very adamant about taking really good care of myself, to the point where I got my personal training certification, to where, you know, I became a certified nutritionist, because I'm like, I want to learn, I want to know how to keep my body running no matter how old I get. Maybe I'll only live to be 60, maybe I'll live to be until tomorrow, but you know, I want to be rocking and moving up until the day I die, however old that may be. You know, maybe it won't be too old, maybe it'll be like super old, but you know, for me, I'm all about taking good care of myself. Question number 6 is about the character Jimmy Angelov, and it says, the danger I must watch out for. The danger I must watch out for is the 8 of Wands. So kind of what I'm getting for that is like letting my letting sometimes being a little too hasty when I want to go out and reach a goal. You know, I'm all about, let's go do it now, and sometimes I may not think things through all the way, so sometimes I get a little carried away, and that could be dangerous sometimes. You know, I mean, not like dangerous where like somebody's gonna die, but dangerous and where, you know, it could fall through and I could become discouraged, you know, or maybe I don't pay attention to all the details along the way, and that's why it falls through. Or maybe it goes well, but I've stepped on a bunch of people inadvertently along the way to get to my goal, to pursue my passion. And so just to kind of watch out for that I tend to sometimes put the cart in front of the horse because I'm so anxious to get to a certain place. Question number 7 is for the character Gary Hallett, and it says, the love in my life, like, ooh la la. Okay, the card is number 6, the 6 of Cups. Actually, that makes a lot of sense. So my current dude, whose actual nickname is the Dude, I mean, you guys have seen The Big Lebowski, so he's known as the Dude, and his best friend is the Jesus. Anyway, and they have it like written on their bowling balls. They're like total dorks. But okay, so what's interesting about this is that, okay, so my boyfriend and I have been dating for like 11 years, and we've known each other, this is going on 18 years. So we met in the dorms in college, and we were like really good friends. I mean, he had a girlfriend, I had a boyfriend, so it was like, we weren't even like thinking like that, you know, so it was like, we're friends, and like, you know, all our, you know, we had made tons of friends. And then, you know, he graduated from college, and then a couple of years later I graduated. And, you know, I went through like a slew of boyfriends, perhaps some douchebags along the way, and he had stayed with like the same girlfriend, and then they had like some huge breakup, but I was still kind of like having some douchebaggery dating going on. And then I don't know, like eventually we just kind of like, we're both single, and it was like hey. But it was like, you know, it's not like you start dating that person, you want to like get to know them. I mean, I kind of got to know him obviously in a different capacity than just like being buddies and homies, but it was like I already knew him. It was like we've already been best friends, we've already seen the ugly sides of each other, the greatest sides of each other, like we've been through thick and thin, we've looked like hell walking around the dorms at like 2 a.m., you know. So yeah, that's me and my dude. Question number 8 is the house. So what is my best magical environment? Let's take a look-see. The Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so, well, that's like kind of like right on the money. So the Knight of Pentacles I see is like being able to move forward in my ventures. So I need an environment where I can sit and have some creative ideas that, you know, that's full of inspiration, you know, all around me, where I can build my business, I can work on my teacher stuff, I can look into more singing avenues and things like that. So I need an environment that's just filled with inspiration, you know, and the peace to be able to do that and not feeling self-conscious. And I think that's the environment that I live in currently, you know, because I really dig my house. And as I look over at my little puma showing me his pink tummy and nipples. Why are there so many nipples? But I live in a really, really awesome place, and I'm so thankful for, yeah, I don't get emotional, but I'm really thankful for where I live and everything that I have, and the fact that I'm able to create so much magic in this beautiful home and in this beautiful city. Question number 9 is spell. How can I embrace my magic? Whoa! Check that out, y'all. The tower. Okay, so what I'm getting for the tower, how I can embrace my magic, is when there are huge life-altering shakeups, when there's some stuff that, you know, when the shit hits the fan, I'm able to then pull like my personal magic. So I don't see this as like I'm off like casting spells or something like that, but more it's my personal magic. Like that's when I become magical. That's when I'm like, oh, okay. You know, instead of me, hey Wally, you know, sitting in a corner crying about it, I'm more like Walito over here, and I make the best of the situation. Say hi, Wally. I like to kill. So, you know, yeah, since I got that like half full optimistic personality, I tend to make the best of the situation and kind of go with the flow, and okay, these are the pieces that we have right now, so let's put together what we have. So that's kind of my magical quality. So that's kind of how I create my magic. The final question, question 10, is circle. Who is in my circle? Or who is in my inner circle? Who are the people in there? Okay, that's weird. Death? People in my circle are death. No, so I see this more as the people that are in my inner circle, the people that are closest to me are the people that tend to constantly be going through changes, where they're constantly evolving, and they are, you know, I have a few, you know, besties. I have some besties that I've known since 6th grade, some since 7th grade, some, you know, since like maybe 10 years ago. And it's just a handful of friends, you know. I mean, I have a lot of acquaintances. I have a lot of people that are like friends. And then I have like my core group, which is maybe like 4 or 5 people. And they're all constantly evolving. I mean, they might be in like the same situation where they're not like moving a lot, but their beliefs, how they see things, is constantly evolving. And so I can always have really good conversations with these people. And because I'm always, you know, evolving, I would say I'm not the same person I was 6 months ago, a year ago, 10 years ago, back when I was 13, you know. Yeah, so yeah, well, it could also mean that I'm surrounded by deadbeats, which is not true. My friends are not deadbeats. My friends are just really cool. They're constantly evolving, and I'm evolving with them. All right, so that's it. Thank you so much, Dead Cheeky, for creating this awesome tarot spread. And yeah, if you guys ever want to catch a reading with me, you can click on one of those links down below, which will take you to my website, or you can hit up my Etsy shop. My Etsy shop has more readings to choose from. There's conchomancy, there's scrying, there's 30-minute readings, there's 60-minute readings, there's 90-minute readings, there's monthly readings. You know, it's kind of all up to you. So if you dug this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe. If you want more videos like this, don't forget to click that notification bell, and I'll catch you spiritual homies later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.